All right, today we did a little tote box project. So the tools we're going to use to build our tote box today are a circular saw, a drill, some drill bits, a handsaw, a pencil, a tape measure, hammer, nail set, 3/4 inch spade bit, and I already pulled the drill bit out we were going to use for pilot hole, smaller than the nail we're going to use, and our combination square. The material we're going to need to build this tote box: a 1x6 8-foot long pine board, a 3/4 inch dowel, wood glue, and 6-penny finish nails. Okay, we have created a cut list so we know what we're going to need. We're going to need two 1x6 by 8 3/4 inch pieces for the ends. We're going to need two 1x6 16 inches for the sides. We're going to need one 1x6 by 14.5 inches for the bottom, and then one 16-inch long 3/4 inch dowel. First thing we're going to do is cut the two end pieces. We're going to use our combination square. Check the end of our board for squares so we start off with a nice end. If this was damaged or anything, we'd want to cut it and have a nice end to start with. We're good there, so we're going to take and measure in 8 3/4. We're marking 8 3/4 with a little crow's foot. The crow's foot is the mark that's made with the pencil to bring us to a point. I'm going to put the combination square, line it up on our mark that we just put there, our crow's foot, and we're going to draw our line. Now with our circular saw, we're going to cut this piece. We have one end. Next step, we're going to go ahead and cut the other end. Repeating the same procedure. Next, we're going to go ahead and lay out the hole for the dowel. The end piece measures 5.5 inches across. We're going to center that. Half of 5.5 is 2 3/4. So we're going to mark 2 3/4 for our center. We want to come down from the top of this end board 7/8 of an inch to the center for our hole. So I'm measuring down 7/8 of an inch. That will be where we drill for the hole. We're going to do that on both pieces. Two 3/4 and down 7/8. One tool that I didn't include that we were going to use today is a clamp. We're going to use this clamp and clamp this board to a piece of scrap wood while we drill this hole. So we're going to use our quick clamp, clamp that. The scrap board's going to help us hold this while we drill it. When we drill this, we want to keep our drill straight up and down so it drills through the wood nice and easy without binding up. So I put the point of the drill bit, and this is a 3/4 inch spade bit, at our point that we had marked out. 2 3/4 in and 7/8 down, and we're going to drill this hole. One of the things, having a scrap piece of wood below it keeps this from blowing out on the other side and getting all splintery. So I can tell that I've made it through this board just by the way it feels. So we can unclamp that, and then we can look. We've got our hole through the board. We're going to repeat the same process for our next piece, our other end piece. Going to clamp it down, center the drill bit in our mark, 2 3/4 in, 7/8 down. And there we go. Next, we're going to mark out these end pieces to be cut at an angle for our tote box. The sides are going to measure that 5.5 inches. So we're going to measure up from the bottom. We're going to measure up 5.5 inches. We're going to mark that right on the edge of that board. We're going to do that on both sides. 5.5 inches. And then we want to come in 2 inches from each side to get our angle at the top. So I'm going to measure in 2 inches. Mark that. I'm going to come in 2 inches from the other side. Mark that. And then from there, I'm going to use the combination square. I'm just going to use the blade here as a straight edge and connect the 2 points. So what we've got here then is where we're going to cut this down. We came up from here 5.5. 5.5, came in 2, came in 2. What we're going to do is clamp this down, and we're going to use our hand saw to cut this. So I'm going to go ahead, put the clamp on here, clamp this down, take our hand saw, and help get this started. We're just going to gently bring that up along the edge here. Nice and easy to help us get a start. And as we get it started there, we can start making our strokes a little bit. I think my handsaw's been used for something here, but it's not. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut the other parts with the circular saw. Oh man, I'm wore out now. Whew. All right, let's spin this around and let's do it with the circular saw for this other side. So we're going to turn this around. I'm going to clamp her back down on here. We're going to use circular saw on this side. Wonder if I'll be faster. at that. I'm not near as tired. We're going to do this to the other side now. In pieces cut. Okay, we look at our cut list. Completed in pieces. So we're going to mark that off. Put a check mark there. Now then, what we're going to do next is cut our two side pieces. They're 16 inches long. So I'm going to do the same procedure I did in cutting this in pieces to length. Measure from the end. These pieces are 16 inches long. So I'm going to make a mark, a crow's foot at 16 inches. And a crow's foot is where we've got that measured out. I take my pencil and I go like this, and then I go like that. That's the point that I'm measuring to, right here. We just refer to that as a crow's foot. Take the combination square, run us our line across here, and we'll cut this. One of them. Let's come in here and we'll measure the next one because we needed two of these. 16 inches. I'm going to make that crow's foot. Take this, set that right in there. There we have our cut line for our next piece. Two side pieces now cut. While we're cutting here, we're going to go ahead and cut the bottom piece. First, let's check that off of our cut list. Two side pieces, 16 inch. Check. Bottom piece. We need one bottom piece, 14.5 inches long. So, come in here. Measure this bottom 14.5. Pull our crow's foot down. Grab our square. Go ahead and come in here. Mark us a line. This is starting to get a little, I'm going to throw a clamp on it here real quick. Hold it while we cut it. Okay, we've got our bottom cut. Two sides and a bottom. So what's left on our cut list? We're going to mark the bottom off. Our 16-inch piece of dowel. Okay, we've got our dowel. We're going to cut it 16 inches long. One of the things with this dowel is it's round and it's going to want to roll around on us. So we can use our circular saw, or we could use the hand saw. It won't take much to cut this, but we do want to clamp it so it doesn't move on us. The dowel, when we refer back to our cut list, is 16 inches long. So we're going to measure 16 inches and make a mark. Now, I'm just going to try to cut this square using the circular saw. It's not going to do me much good here with a round dowel rod to try to put a square line around it with the combination square. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get this on our board here and clamp it down. take the circular saw and cut this off. And there we go. We've got all of our pieces cut now. We'll start assembly. I'm going to take a piece of sandpaper and kind of round these edges up a little bit here where I just cut that. Okay, we're going to start assembling these. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to start here with the side. We're going to put our end pieces up and then take one of our side boards and glue and fasten that on. I've got a couple clamps. Again, I wasn't on the tools we were going to use. So what I can do is just take and put this board in between here, and this clamp's going to help us hold that board up while we nail so it doesn't want to fall over on us. So I'm just going to set that there and kind of tighten that one up. Going to do the same thing here with this other one. So you can see right there when I've done that, what that does is that makes those a lot more stable, not want to fall down when we go to nail that together. So now what we're going to do then, we're going to take a side piece, that's our bottom, and we're going to nail that on here. So I do want to put glue on these portions here. We're not gluing anything here. That's going to be where the opening is at the top of this box. So I'm just going to run a little glue here. Do the same thing over here. And then let's put this. Set that down. We want this to be flush here at the bottom, right here, and flush on the end. So, using our 6-penny finish nails, I'm going to come in here, and I got this lined up down here at the bottom. I really like it. Like, oh, this looks good. I like this. Now I'm going to stop so I don't put hammer marks on here. That's what we have a nail set for. Now I'm going to go ahead and twist this just a little bit here to get that to line up better up here. Oh yeah, right there. We're going to put a nail up here. Okay, no hammer marks. Stop short. That's what we got our nail set for. I'm going to put 3 nails here. Wait. Just like that. Okay, now then we're coming down here to the other end and we're going to do the same thing down here. I'm going to get this thing lined up. Oh. Yeah. Let's go ahead and drive this up. Make sure that's, oh yeah, that's good right there. Okay. We're going to get up here at the top. We got to twist a little bit to line that up. We do. That lined up right there. Oh yeah. Right there like that. Let's put a nail in that. Well, it's good. Okay, let's put one more in here. Before we go on, I'm going to go ahead, use that nail set that nail right on top of that head and just get it right underneath it. If we did want to come back and fill it, we could. There we go. All right, let's move on to the next step. I'm going to pull these clamps off here. Okay, I pulled those clamps off. Now we're going to flip this thing around. What we're going to do now is slip this bottom in here we're going to drop it down in here and then nail it up. I'm going to put a bead of glue right along here, so when we slide this together, that'll have some glue down there. And then we'll put the other side piece on it. We'll go ahead and run some glue. I like glue. All right. Put some glue there. I do look at boards when I'm using them, this tote box, just for nothing real fancy or special. But you always got a good side and a bad side sometimes, and you always want to kind of look at it to make sure you're choosing the right side you're going to see. So this is the bottom we cut, and we're sliding it right down in here. And we're sliding. Why don't you stop? There we go. Come. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. I'm going to tap it up even there. Real even right there. Okay. Look at that. We're getting there. Now then, what we're going to go ahead and do, let's go ahead and put this side piece on here while we've got it set in this direction. And then we can flip it over and put a couple nails in that other side. So I am going to put some glue around here for this. So let's go ahead and put some glue on here. All right, so like I was saying, when we put this down, we're going to see the outside edge of it, so I'm going to kind of pick one I like there. So again, we're just going to start down here, and we're going to get this thing nailed up. I want it nice and flush here on the end. I'm starting with this end board. Flush at the bottom, flush with the end there, and that looks good. I'm going to stick a nail. Now then, I'm going to get up here to the top. Let's flush that up. Oh, yep, right there. Right there. All right. There we go. Yes, sirree, that's looking good. Hey, this might turn out good enough. This could be my anniversary present to my wife, huh? Oh, it's wood. Let's see. I think wood's your first anniversary. I'm past the wood anniversary. There we go. Nice. All right. Now then, I may have to get a clamp here to pull this all in good. Actually, that just came right over like it's supposed to. But I'm going to have to hold it while I nail it. So I'm going to go ahead and start this nail here. And I'm going to pull this together here. And get it flush down here and flush on this side. And I'm going to stick this nail in. Maybe not hit my thumb. That'd be a good start. All right. I tell you what, this is looking nice. We're gonna get our nails here. Down there. Now then, let's put some nails in this bottom. So if this isn't quite flush, what we're gonna have to do is just kind of tap it out a little bit until it gets flush right there where we want it. That's nice right there. So I'm gonna put a nail. Okay, and then I'm gonna come down here. This needed to push out just a little bit, not much. Let's see if I can get a nail in here. Okay. let's go ahead and put 2 more nails in here. Right there, we'll put 1, and let's put another one right there. Go ahead with our nail set. Let's go around this thing and tap it down. Look at that there. We got it. Let's flip it over. We've got to put some nails here now. So look good. Across here, I may tap that in just a bit there. I am getting a little bit of glue oozing out here and there. I like that because I like glue. So, here we go. Grab that in there. Nail set, get those. We're going to pre-drill a hole when we go to put this handle in here, our dowel. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to put that in there. We'll pre-drill a hole, stick the nail in there. So. All right. So now we're going to put our dowel in. So we're going to slip it in through here. Slip it right in there. That was a pretty snug little hole. Hope this one, that one's a little better. Huh. So we're bringing that on through here. Going to line up here. Now you see I'm coming through there. That must have meant when I was holding my drill bit, I wasn't holding it exactly straight, so it didn't run right straight in here. But we should be able to, without too much trouble, just slide it right over and get it in there. There we go. Now I do have my hammer here if I need to tap on it. We want to, hopefully we're going to end up flush there and flush here. So, look at that, right there, we're flush there, and we're flush here. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna pre-drill that hole using that little bitty drill bit. Because if I was to just take and drive this in here, we're probably gonna splinter that out, right there. So let's grab the drill, and we're gonna drill that pilot hole real quick, okay? So I've got a little bitty bit. It's smaller than the nail there. So what this is gonna do is just keep that from splitting that out there. Oh. Kind of embarrassing there. Didn't get it in there tight. All right. We're going to come down here and do the same thing at the other end. Okay. Now, one of the things that we're going to do also with this nail, I'm going to clip this sharp pointy part off just so it's a little blunt. And that's going to also help us not be splitting out a whole bunch of stuff down here. So I clip that off, and then we're going to just take and drive that right down. Like that. Going to do the same thing over here on this other end. Cut that sharp point, kind of blunt that nail. We're going to drive that right down in there. Take our nail set. Set that nail right down there. Now then, we can sand this up. We got a little saw cut our edges around there. We can see that, so we can do a little sanding. There you go. We got us a nice little tote box right there. Hey, been fun today. Thanks.